Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today let's do a walk around and tour of this beautiful 2023 Toyota RAV4 Prime. The RAV4 Prime is going to be a unique model as it combines both a hybrid engine as well as electric energy into a gasoline motor of sorts. And we'll talk more about that as we take a look at what's underneath the hood in a little bit. However, this one here is very nice, and as you can see, it does give off a unique look, starting off with the grille, as we'll talk about in just a second, those nice 18-inch wheels, and of course, you do have a pretty unique interior in the sense that it pertains to the Prime model. Now, with that being said, a huge thank you to Bob Thomas Pre-Owned, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time to this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up and check her out. Coming up to the front, as you can see, you do have a pretty nice and unique grille, letting you know that this is not just a hybrid model, but it's also the Prime model, as you can see there. You also do have standard LED daytime running lights, as well as LED headlamps. Coming down here, as you can see, we're taking a look at a set of Dunlop Grand Trek tires, and these measure 225 60 R18s all the way around. You do have your black mirror covers with your LED turn signals right there. And of course, this one does have a roof rack. Along with all Toyota vehicles, such as this one, it does come standard with a smart key access system, allowing you easier access to get in as well as to get out. As long as you have the key fob on you, just simply put your hand right here. There's a sensor right inside of it. The vehicle will indicate unlocking, and it will allow you to jump on in. And after waiting a few seconds, if you want to, go ahead, tap this button here. Vehicle will indicate locking. The exterior color of this one is finished off in midnight black metallic, with the black cloth interior specific to the Prime model. Starting off here on the door panel, you are going to have some hard touch plastic material as expected on this model here. As you can see, however, you do have this very nice soft touch material down here. You have this brushed aluminum finish, which does carry throughout the door handle, which is pretty cool. You're going to have an aluminum handle here. You have controls for your mirrors and which one you're going to adjust. You have your child lock here, your unlock and lock switches here, as well as your window switches right there. You also have a little storage area, which is pretty small, and then you have an area where you can store a cup. And then you do have a speaker right here with the RAV4 logo kind of put right there, which is nice. You also do have all-weather floor liners from the factory. With that being said, as long as you have the key fob on you or inside of the vehicle, put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. As you guys can see, we're taking a look at a fully leather wrapped rack and pinion power steering wheel. You also do have some of that red stitching here because this is actually not just any RAV4 Prime, this is the RAV4 Prime SE. You're going to have controls here on the left as well as on the right sides. Left is going to house controls for your hands-free telephone as well as your volume switches here. This is going to be for your menu, which is right up there. And then to the right, you're going to have your safety features, cruise control settings here, and of course your different modes, as well as your multimedia sources here to back as well as to fast forward. With that being said, coming up to the gauge cluster, we're taking a look at two main gauges. To the left is going to be your charge indicator, as well as some other information, as you can see there. And then to the right, you're going to have your battery life as well as your fuel range to empty. Right there in the center, we're going to be taking a look at a couple different things, such as your current speed, not exterior temperature, but your current time, odometer reading, gear selector, as well as, of course, any warnings or messages. As we're seeing here, it says ready to refuel. But if you push on the little section here on the steering wheel, we should be able to cycle through a couple of different things. So we're going to be taking a look at your tire pressure monitoring system, all-wheel drive mode, trip information, as well as how the battery is functioning. You're going to have your different settings here for all your safety features, which are pretty nice, as you can see. So you do have dynamic radar cruise control, rear cross traffic alert, blind spot monitoring, pre-collision assist, lane tracing assist, vehicle settings, as well as any general settings. Any warnings, your history as far as your distance to empty, how much miles you've driven, tank average, which is going to show your average fuel economy, a compass, what's playing on the radio, and then back here to your tire pressure monitoring system. Coming over here, we're going to be taking a look at a 9-inch infotainment screen. As you guys can see, I'm going to make sure the volume is down. As you can see here, we're taking a look at the new Drive Connect system, which replaced the Entune system back in 2023. As you can see here, you can set this up via your Toyota dealer, and as you can tell, I mean, it's probably going to be self-explanatory, but I'm not going to go too much into that because this is just a review. This is not my personal vehicle. However, you do have some icons here, which I do like, and they're touch capacitive. So as you can see, this would be for your navigation. This is going to be for your different sources here for your radio. So you can have, of course, FM radio, AM radio, Sirius XM radio. You have your different favorites, as you can see here to the right. You're going to have tune, which you can tune different stations, and you can look them up as well, which is pretty cool. And then down here is going to show what's currently playing at the moment. Coming to your phone, obviously you have to connect the device to make sure that you can use the phone in the vehicle. Vehicle information, such as trip information. As you can see, it's going to give you kind of a rundown of your average speed, trip range, trip duration, and all that stuff. And you also have a history where you can view all that stuff as well. You have energy flow, since this is the hybrid powertrain. As you guys can see, it's going to give you information about that as you're driving along. And then coming down here is going to be your charging schedule, which of course will show you when your vehicle was charged, and obviously different days of the week, time increments, and all that stuff. And of course you can put it to charge now if you want to. Pretty cool stuff to see. And then coming down to settings, we're going to have things such as personal info, Bluetooth and devices, general settings here. As you can see, you're going to have things such as accessibility, date and time, keyboard and language and units. You're going to have notifications, so any notifications that may come up on the screen here, such as software updates, vehicle suggestions, turn-by-turn, traffic alerts, state border guidance, unverified roads, and HOV such HOT lanes, as you can see there. You're going to have Wi-Fi, display, sound and media, voice and search, and then vehicle settings such as vehicle customization, dealer information, info and security, software updates, as well as any apps, as you can see. Pretty cool. So basically, this is a quick rundown of the new 9-inch infotainment display here in the Toyota RAV4 Prime. Coming down here, you're going to have your hazard switch here. You have a physical volume knob right there. You do have your dual zone climate control. You're going to have front and rear defrost controls here, eco to heat and cool, fan speed, fan positioning, recycling, as well as, I believe this is just for energy saving purposes, which is pretty cool. As you can see here, you do have traction control. You can turn that on or off. Heated seats for the front and front passenger airbag light. You have a dead switch over here. You have an area where you can put your phone to charge, You also do have a traditional outlet right there. You have a USB outlet there, which is pretty nice. Coming down here, you do have your parking brake, brake hold, auto EV, your charging hold right here, as well as you're going to have a couple of different drive modes. So as you can see, Eco is what we're currently on. You can go into Sport as well, and it'll display that right here on the screen. Okay. And then push down to go back to normal. And you do have a trail mode here since this is all-wheel drive. With that being said, this vehicle does come with a CVT transmission. It's going to give you a decent backup camera with guidance lines, and it does adjust as you turn the wheel. You also have a kind of a wider view of the camera so you can see what's behind you. And coming over here, you're going to have your different lines right here, which is pretty cool. Coming over here, you do have two cup holders, which are pretty nice and deep. Coming to your glove box over here, you have a decent amount of space, actually a pretty good amount of space, as well as two USB-C ports. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the seating in this vehicle. And first and foremost, I have to say the seats in here are pretty nice and comfortable. These are premium class seats, so it isn't cheap by any means, but it does feel very comfortable in your hands. I do love the red stitching right here, as well as right over here. It really kind of flows throughout the vehicle, and it does look really nice. Coming over to your glove box over here, all your books, all your different information right in there. And so with that being said, as we move along here, you're gonna have controls for your safety connect and your sunroof and all that stuff, controls for lights as well. This does have a sunglass holder right there, as you can see. You do have a visor with a little mirror inside of it, which looks cool. And then as we come over here, you're gonna have some extra buttons here that deal with your headlights, your gauge dimmer switch, heated steering wheel, as well as an area where you can actually open up the cargo area from inside of the vehicle. And then down there is going to be for your fuel tank. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and check out the rest of the 2023 Toyota RAV4 Prime SE. Coming into the back of the Toyota RAV4 Prime, as you can see, you do have the same amount of materials in here, same quality. They're very nice and soft, and the premium feel still continues throughout. You do have one seat pocket right behind the front passenger. You do have two air vents here, two little ports where you can plug in your devices, both USB-Cs. So you can see there, as well as a pad armrest with two cup holders. And you do also have your rear all-weather liner in the back of this one. Coming over here, this is going to be your fuel tank. The RAV4 does have LED taillights, and this one does have a blackout package. As you can see, the badging is blacked out, as you can currently tell. And you do have dual exhaust tips at the bottom. Now, this vehicle, when equipped with the optional towing package, it can tow upwards of 2,500 pounds. It does have an automatic liftgate. Coming into the cargo area of the RAV4 Prime, as you can see here, you do have a very generous amount of room. However, you do get a little less room in comparison to something like the regular hybrid or the traditional gas vehicle, as the Prime does take up a little bit more components for the hybrid variant. Now, with that being said, you're looking at around 33.8 cubic feet of space, and of course, that's not too bad. You do have a little LED light in here, as you can see, and of course, you can fold these seats down, as you can tell, and it will expand to 63.2 cubic feet of space. However, if you go for the standard RAV4 or the hybrid RAV4, the non-prime models, you'll be getting 37.8 cubic feet of space and about 69.5 cubic feet of space overall in those models. Now, coming down here, we do have the all-weather cargo mat, and I believe you lift this little thing up, we do have a spare tire and a fix-a-flat kit. Of course, when you're done, just tap this button here and it will close down automatically. Right here, this is where you'd plug in the battery to charge. It's pretty nice. Under the hood of the Toyota RAV4 Prime, we're taking a look at one of Toyota's tried and true engines. This is a 2.5 liter hybrid 4-cylinder engine. It's going to be mated to that CVT transmission, and this one is all-wheel drive. Combined system output for this engine comes in at 302 horsepower, and 0 to 60 for this vehicle is actually pretty impressive at around 5.6 seconds. All right, guys, now I don't have a window sticker for this one at all, and obviously, you know, I don't think this car even comes equipped with one. Probably was taken out at some point or something like that, but this is the first Toyota that I've reviewed on the channel, and I have to say I'm pretty excited to see how this fares out. But overall, let's just discuss real quick the RAV4 Prime in general. The RAV4 Prime is basically a combination of not just a hybrid engine, but also an electrical system, as you guys saw in the hood of the vehicle. And what that basically does is going to help you get better fuel economy than even the hybrid. This can get up to over 50 miles per gallon. I'm pretty sure this gets up to 55 mpgs overall. And while that is good, when these were brand new, these were pretty costly. In fact, these were probably closer to $60,000 because this is the plug-in model. And on top of that, you are going to be getting great power. You're going to be getting a really good amount of range, which I believe is around 600 miles. And on top of that, you're going to be getting better fuel economy in this vehicle as well. Now, with that said, the RAV4 has been a very big seller here in the United States. It's in fact the best-selling crossover in the United States for a reason, and the Prime just shows why people would probably pay that much money for it, because not only is it reliable, not only is it going to last a long time, surely questionable about the longevity of the battery, which of course Toyota has already ensured that there is a much better warranty, which I think is like 10 years or something like that. But overall though, really nice from what I'm seeing here, and overall I'm pretty impressed with what Toyota has done with the RAV4 Prime SE here in particular. So with that said, guys, that's going to do it here for this walk around and tour of the 2023 Toyota RAV4 Prime SE, finished off in midnight black metallic with the black premium cloth interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.